All right, Steadfast. The game has started on up. We're in for a amazing ZVZ here, spawning in the top right corner, playing for Shopify Rebellion and the blue Zerg pieces. We have LAMBO.
And his opponent spawning down on the bottom left, representing Kites of Gaming. It is Reynor. That was perfectly timed.
Yeah.
We got to talk about this right out of the gate. 13-12. LAMBO going full guns a-blazing. And in many ways, I would say that him and Rogue share a lot of similarities with how they prep for matches. Now, I feel like if you were to ask LAMBO, you'd be like, "Oh, you've been compared to Rogue a lot." He'd probably have that response of, "It's like Giancarlo Esposito." He's like, LAMBO's like, what would the saying be? To be like, "You do random builds. I prepare for matches. We are not the same."
Well played. Well played. I do gotta say there is an automatic advantage here for our boy Reynor. He does have the hoodie up. He is locked in, and he looks pretty damn focused there. And
yeah, and it's no Darth LAMBO today.
Yeah, but I don't know if I see it. It kind of looks like in the background there that LAMBO might have some meat, cigarettes, and liquor.
Oh. Oh no. By the way, we have to note that these lings are going to slip around the Overlord. So there's going to be sneaky banelings morphing on in. Ooh, I think LAMBO is he trying to time this out to make this look like a pool first? Nope, he's just going to go full send. Does still sneak these Zerglings around. Drone coming forward, wants to get vision on this, and immediately he's going to see this, starts up a spine crawl. That is a good decision. I think you're going to want... Okay, he does go Baneling Nest first, so he's basically accepting that he is going to lose this base, and LAMBO probably knows what Reynor's response is. LAMBO starts expanding immediately, started up a drone right there, so he's already getting a head start on the transition. He does need to kill this base, though, and he's actually pulling back, losing a lot of potential DPS on this hatchery, but he wants to jump on top of these lings. Will the queen pop out? Oh, it does pop out there. Will get surrounded, cannot get into a safe spot. That is a huge loss right there and a good pick off for LAMBO.
All right, it looks like LAMBO will eventually finish off this base. Speed just starting up now for our Italian Stallion. Yeah, this base will go down, going to go into the main base, avoid those Broodlings. Broodlings won't quite catch up, and LAMBO getting himself nice and ahead here. Spine Crawler will keep those lings at bay. And just kind of, I like this. Going to come down here and work on those larvae. Maybe not, maybe not. Maybe yes, maybe no.
I mean, it takes so long to kill those larvae, and you know that your opponent has a Baneling out, so it's going to be a little bit tricky. Something else. Oh, no, the Banelings. Oh, they slip on the other side. LAMBO. Oh, wow, that actually was way less damage than I expected. Only 3 drones. Did Reynor, like, shift-click detonate them? I'm not even sure. I want to point something out, though. LAMBO stopped mining gas for quite a while, only got enough for 2 bays. So this was always intended to just be a kill on the natural expansion. Now 3 drones at this point is a lot. I'm actually not sure who's ahead, though, because Reynor's expansion is so delayed. But LAMBO is down in workers for a little, by a lot, and he will be down for a little while still.
LAMBO does get that faster third base there, so eventually when that does pop, he will be able to start producing...
Oh! Sorry, go on.
Ling Bane stage of a game is just so hard attack inducing. I'm not going to lie.
Oh, yeah, I'm always getting the palpitations.
All right. Reynor here, going to send Lings over. This will crash in... No, it... Gonna try to get one of the Banes, doesn't quite get it. These are the only 2 Banes LAMBO has right now, so he's got to keep them safe. Will come in, get a full scout, sees drones coming on out. Knows there's no real aggression coming down. Both players is just macroing up here, getting more bases, more drones. Evo Chamber coming down on the side of LAMBO, so he does want to start getting into those upgrades.
Yeah, both players going for this Evo Chamber right here. Oh, nice job from LAMBO. Going to be able to pick off one of these Banelings right here. That's always a nice trade, getting one Zergling for a Baneling. Ooh, Carapace coming in from Reynor right here. This is obviously a very interesting setup. Now, part of the reason that he's going for this, he might be trying to do an anti-muta bust right here, where you go Roach, Ling, Bane with +1 Carapace. We are going to see, on the other side, actually another one for one trade. Very good for LAMBO so far with these little trades. +1 missile Roaches, going to be very, very good in the long term. But of course, that +1 Carapace will help nullify that. And it means that your Banelings don't get one-shotted by, Zerglings don't get one-shotted by Banelings. Your Zerglings don't get two-shotted by +1 missile Roaches. There's a lot of advantage of this Carapace.
Yeah, the Carapace is affecting all the units on the field for the Zerg player, whereas the missile just affecting the Roach and eventually, I would assume, Hydras when they do pop out here.
Yeah, if it was against those Mutalisks, it is very good, of course, dealing with that bounce damage can be very beneficial. But overall, since LAMBO is not going for anything tricky, he's actually going for the standard Roach play. This is a good situation for LAMBO. The +1 missile will be more utility in the long run than that +1 Carapace. And since they're both going for a layer, it's unlikely that we're going to be seeing a very, very aggressive push out to start things off. We'll go into a pretty even game from here. Nice job from Reynor. Going to get in on this exposed third base. Baneling's in the natural, getting a little bit of damage done, but it's really the Zergling run by that is the star of this, and 8 drones go down. That's so big for Reynor. That's a really nice advantage.
Yeah, nice little catch, keeping LAMBO down. Reynor has a 10 drone lead at this point in the game. No, sorry, that's a lie. I can't read. It is a 5 drone lead at this point in the game. And yeah, just maintaining that lead nicely for from what he built earlier on when LAMBO decided to go for that Ling Bane push early on in the game.
Yeah, no, it was a 10 drone lead for a little while. Of course, LAMBO rebuilds those drones, but the big advantage is that means that Reynor didn't have to rebuild them. So he gets into his Roach production a lot earlier on. Now, there will be a significant advantage where LAMBO can hit. He's going to go for a double Evo setup, so he can hit a 2-1 timing. But will he survive to that point? That is the big question right here. We do have a very small force of Roach Ling or Roach Bane. He's actually going to get another 5 drones with this. There's nothing on the field right now for LAMBO. Oh, that +1 Carapace coming in pretty handy right there. LAMBO's not just going to die to like 7 Roaches, is he?
No, there's reinforcements about to pop here. He's going to evacuate the third base, but he does have enough there to deal with this. The fourth base, on the other hand, those Lings are doing quite a bit of damage on it just before it does finish up here. LAMBO does also have a Ravager, but LAMBO's army is also very bruised here, and reinforcements from Reynor coming on in here. Yeah, this is looking not too hot for our German Zerg player. He is going to, Reynor is going to jump into the mineral line, try to focus down some of the drones. This will get cleaned up, but he also lost a fair number of queens there.
Yeah, not a comfortable situation at all. We see a very cost-efficient set of trades right there. Doesn't look that as good as that actually was, but getting the drones, forcing the little bit of lost mining time, like you said, getting all those queens really puts a damper on LAMBO's production, and he didn't start off that +1 Carapace. We are going to see, Overseer does drop a Contaminate, but I think that was on an Evo chamber that was already, like it wasn't researching anything. It was already done. I'm pretty sure he just contaminated an empty Evo. He did that, or he contaminated a layer. I'm not sure. Unfortunately, he observed it doesn't see. We're going to see a Roach drop coming in on the right side. Reynor has been, since that little stage with the Ling run by plus the Baneling run by, he's just been a little bit ahead. And now he's even adding on the +2 missile and Roach Burrow. Yeah, this is looking like a really good situation for Reynor.
Yeah, Reynor getting into all those good stuff, especially with the Roach Burrow. We'll be able to get into mineral lines, get behind the front lines there, do some damage to tech. Now, LAMBO going to jump on in here, attack on one side of the concave. We'll snipe off a couple of those Roaches. That Overlord going down to looks like a Spore Crawler, but we do have a push coming in here into the natural, as well as the third base. That fourth base, is already really low. It does eventually going down, thanks to those Lings that did quite a bit of damage on it a little earlier on. Third base is also under a bit of attack from the looks of it. LAMBO is being routed here by the Roaches of Reynor. Nice concave there by Reynor. Reynor will pull back, but not after taking out 7 drones.
Yeah, the big deal right there is, of course, the death of that fourth base. In ZVZ, it's not as big as many other matchups because you usually stay on a relatively low drone count. But in a situation like this, where the game's been going for a decent bit of time already, this is a really, really big advantage right now for LAMBO. Oh, he is going to burrow up here. Tunneling Claw's not quite done, so the Overseer will be able to finish up pretty soon. I think he might be able to still slip on by. And yeah, he is actually going to be able to do so. But this is more than anything a distraction for another snipe attempt at this base, and he'll get the cancel. Yeah, this is such a huge lead for Reynor.
Yeah, four borrowed roaches going to go into the main base while this engagement happens at the front. It is not looking good here for LAMBO. I believe Army Supply is heavily in favor of our Italian Stallion. Roach is going to pop here in the main base, distract some of the reinforcements from coming on out. Reynor going to jump on top of LAMBO's forces, pull back for the Biles. More Biles going to come down here. LAMBO will pull back to zone away. And reinforcements eventually showing up, but not enough for LAMBO. GG gets called. Reynor taking game number 1. Now, interesting fact here, Steadfast. Reynor is Italian, right? We all know that.
Yeah,
and LAMBO,
I accept your premise. Yeah,
I assume LAMBO is named after the car Lamborghini, which is also Italian.
Yeah, true. Illuminati confirmed.
Illuminati confirmed. There's one more connection I could go a little deeper that leads to the 1940s, but I'm not going to go there.
Yep. We're absolutely not. No. It is kind of funny though that to go back to that car imagery. If anything, I would feel like to go back to that coach analogy. Well, not coach analogy, but coach example, where Reynor hired LAMBO to be his coach. If anything, it's like Reynor was the LAMBO, all souped up and looking super stylish and fly and rapping, I guess. And it's like Reynor hired him to be his driver.
Yeah, that's actually a really good analogy there.
We are going to be seeing, by the way, just a standard opening from both players. So I've been thinking about this a lot, this particular series, and I've been thinking about how LAMBO plans to make it out of this group. Now, what I'm expecting is that he wants... This is so tricky because it's such a difficult group, and you have to prepare for 3 potential matchups. And there wasn't a lot of time to prepare overall, but... this is a really, really good preparation-based player. So what I'm wondering if LAMBO's partial plan is that he still tries to win against Reynor, but maybe he doesn't pull out his best strategies. He pulls out good strategies, but not the absolute best ones where he's like, okay, this is my like go all in, this is my win or die strategy. And I'm wondering if maybe he's saving those for the potential rematch in a decider match, because he might feel confident. He's like, okay, I know that MaxPax is going to lose tomorrow. This is what I'm thinking LAMBO's mindset is. I know MaxPax is going to lose tomorrow. I'm confident against MaxPax. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play for the rematch and hope that Maru maybe takes down Reynor. And if he doesn't, he can watch that series and kind of maybe plan his series against Maru based on that. But I'm wondering if that's the case. As I say that, though, throw all that a little bit out the window at least, because we're going to see a big Ling flood coming in from LAMBO, holding down that Z key. Going to be getting a whole lot done here. Oh, okay, never mind. He is definitely going for the win here. This is something Rogue loves to do. Put on a lot of Ling Bane pressure, and then hide a Roach Warren in the back and do a big Roach Ling Bane all in without really ever droning up at all.
All right, so he's going to do this off the back of 26 drones here. Ling's going to come on in here, going to jump onto the third base. Baneling Nest, I believe, has finished up for Reynor. Reynor getting 5 Banelings. Does get that base to about a third down. Queens and Banes will come on in here and back off. This one Ling here getting a really good scout out of the main base, sees everything going on, will be able to get on out, seeing the Ling drone count in the natural as well. Eventually does get taken out there. But yeah, we got 9 roaches coming out behind this for LAMBO. He is droning slightly behind this. So it's not as all in as I thought it might be. No, he's actually droning quite heavily behind this.
Yeah, this is a really, really big mind game swing. So this is something Rogue does, but Rogue normally commits extraordinarily heavily. So what I think, yes, he's trying. Okay, this is exactly what he wants. He wants Reynor to build a ton of spine crawlers, but Reynor wisely only building 2 so far. I think what LAMBO was hoping for is that Reynor throws down like 4, 5, 6 spine crawlers, and then he can get a lot done. Now, we're actually going to see Banelings trying to be used as the defensive tool. Reynor does still have a big worker lead. These Banelings can actually be good against the roaches. They're actually going to get some very big splash damage right there. Oh, the Lings! Oh my goodness, they almost run in to their doom right there. Banelings actually doing very well against these roaches. Finally, the split does come on in, but more than anything, the base goes down. Oh, that one Baneling staying alive for a little while ultimately does get taken out. And now the Zerglings for Reynor will clean this up. LAMBO is trapped in the corner. He has caught up in drones, and now he's just up a base. But he does need to be a little bit careful about a counterattack coming in and causing some disruption.
Yeah, LAMBO definitely losing more, but losing that base was crucial for Reynor. LAMBO does have a fair amount here. He does have a couple Banelings to defend with. Will lose, looks like, the Queen, and doesn't actually lose the Queen. Baneling coming in. Captain Baneling saving the day. Roach is here as well. Queen, no, not going to go down. No, eventually will go down. Will it? Yes. Queen finally going down after the 3rd attempt. Drones will be evacuated out. One Roach there. Eventually going to go. Ooh, again. I love that move by Reynor. Hello? Drones? Hello?
LAMBO kind of botching the defense a little bit right there. Didn't utilize his Banelings maybe as effectively as he could have, and he loses track of those Zerglings. He is going across the map for a big counterattack, but this Baneling run by into the main base. Oh, LAMBO's not paying attention. Reynor gets 6 drones right there. Very nice pick off. Now LAMBO threatened to go for a big counterattack on the all-in, but it was kind of a fake out here. A lot of mind games being played. And even with those drone losses, I still actually like LAMBO's position. Oh, wow, that's a very janky wall right there for Reynor, but hopefully it doesn't come back and bite him in the butt. We are going to see LAMBO coming in with a Ling Scout. He wants to get an idea of what Reynor's drone count is, and he just pokes into the 3rd base, sees that there are not a ton of drones here for Reynor. Does LAMBO elect to go for more drones himself, or does he think that Reynor is going to be going for a big attack? I feel like that's because I'm pretty sure LAMBO can drone up a little bit more right here, or maybe even a lot more. Ooh, we do have to note, by the way, LAMBO never started +1 missile for a long time. Reynor's already got that done.
Yeah, but Spire does come down here for LAMBO behind all of this, so he is throwing everything in the kitchen sink at Reynor, seeing what's going to stick, getting that second Evo chamber as well. Nice little snipes there by Reynor on the scouting attempts of LAMBO.
Yeah, of course, in real-time strategy games, scouting is incredibly important. In ZVZ, I would argue it's even more important because at any given point, like just constantly being scouted or constantly scouting around, at any given point, your opponent can just pull the trigger and just go for it. Now, like you said, we are going to see this Spire coming on down. Speaking of scouting, this Overseer will be turned away. I'm not actually sure. Spire's in the main, right? In the main base behind that mineral line?
So, yes.
Yeah. There are, of course, sneaky places you can put this. Overall, I would still say LAMBO has a little bit of a lead, but it is not significant, and that +2 missile is a problem for him. Now, I wonder if LAMBO is going to go for, maybe 5-7 mutas, and then just do like a big 1-1 roach timing behind it and try and bust in on Reynor. The only thing is if he tries to go for that, I feel like +2 missile is going to be done in time. Ooh, Zergling's trying to get in here, not going to be able to get too much done.
He does have enough gas for about 7. Oh, this Ferrari Overseer, will it scout it? Yes, it does scout the Spire. 8 Mutt-Mutts coming on out.
Yeah, we are going to be seeing the Hydralisk Den behind this as soon as that gets scouted. That's a really, really important scout right there for Reynor, and he's actually going to start to move out. I feel like he can't really do anything with a move out here. Maybe just a little fake to try and get a bit of a reaction from LAMBO, but no, I think he just wants to secure his 4th base. And like I said, these mutas are mostly going to be just a tool to try and clear off the map. And the biggest advantage is that they do an excellent job of denying that scouting that I was talking about.
Yeah, mutas are going to fly out here. They do pick off that one Overlord. Going to try to hunt another one here. We'll see the full army here hiding out at this fourth base as well. We'll jump on top of that one Ravager. Nice. Will it get... No! Transfuse does save that Ravager. One Muta getting really low. Going to focus down this fourth base here. Lings will join the fight. Queens are going to eventually waddle their way over and drive this away with the rest of the army. While that's going down, we have the Roach army of Lambo coming down to the third base here. There's not enough here for Reynor to defend with. Reinforcements eventually do show up, but Lambo still has that concave. Hydras are going to join the fight. Little glass cannons in the back. That should be enough to drive Lambo away, and Lambo is going to pick up tail and head on out. Looks like he's going to try to jump in here, take out some more workers. 5 drones now going down. +1 carapace not finishing up for Reynor. That will help with the Muta defense.
Yeah, it certainly will. A really technical set of moves right there from Lambo. Just this whole series has been played very, very cleverly and very intelligently. Concave for Lambo, very big. Reynor does not want to push in there. Now, he might try and wrap around from both sides. Of course, this is something we don't talk about often in the matchup, or this map particularly, but the double rocks make it very difficult to push in. And now we see kind of a double concave coming in from both sides. I like the positioning for Lambo a little bit more here, but he needs to kind of stutter step these roaches on the top side. The mutas are actually going to win out against the anti-air. No, there's just a couple too many Hydras. But Lambo's still going to be able to hold-ish. He is down in upgrades. Actually, no. Yeah, Reynor does win that fight just barely. And the reasoning was that +2 missile. Now, Lambo's +2 will come online in the next little bit. Oh, he doesn't want to lose that queen, but it will go down. A lot of kind of big opportunities for Lambo. And unfortunately, some of his positioning not as crisp as it could be, but of course you are up against Reynor. So good, so difficult to deal with. He does try and push through, catches a couple of roaches on the tail end. Lambo does still have a supply lead, and his bank was bigger. That's kind of where his advantage lay, but he needs to take advantage of that as quickly as possible, I think. And the difficult part is it's so tough to recognize that right now.
All right, looks like Reynor's trying to regain that upgrade lead. Going to get that +2 carapace started up right away here. One thing in that engagement that I really appreciated from Lambo was every time he pushed in with the roaches, the first thing he sniped was one of the Ravagers of Reynor. That really prevented the zoning ability of Reynor, and I think kind of helped Lambo stand it. Reynor going to collapse in on a nice little concave on top of Lambo. Lambo's going to lose a couple of those units on the way out. But will be able to get on out. Could have been disastrous there.
Yeah, especially with those Ravagers trapped at the back of his army. You do not want to get pinched off with those big, meaty, high-value targets in the Ravagers getting caught right there. Reynor's doing a really good job of controlling his army in multiple groups, setting up these gigantic concaves. Look at this. He's got like 4 groups of army right now. You know, he may have 1 or 2 hotkeys, maybe even 3 with them, but he is controlling them separately. We do see a run by on the right side. Will get kind of caught by Lambo a little bit. Does already get a good number of drones, though, and we're seeing Lambo struggling to deal with this. But the cool thing in ZBZ about losing drones in a situation like this is your army supply gets gigantic.
Yeah, Lambo losing 17 drones there. That is quite a few more roaches. 20 roaches coming on in here for Reynor, or sorry, for Lambo, with 2 more Ravagers. Looks like Lambo now wanting to seesaw back onto Reynor's side of the map. Going to head towards Reynor's third base here. This will be scouted by that Overseer. Going to rotate around, try to come in from 2 different angles on the high ground.
Yeah, and the big thing in ZVZ is you want to catch your opponent before they deblock getting down those ramps, especially on a map like Berlingrad. So I like the setup that Reynor is taking. He's going to actually step into part of Lambo's army, and now he'll take a decent concave against the rest of it. +2 carapace is going to finish during this fight. On the bottom side, slightly better concave. Actually, kind of a better concave everywhere for Reynor, and he's going to push Lambo all the way back. Corrosive Vials, ooh, do connect on a Hydra, taking it down. But now it is just Ravagers for Lambo. He's going to try and squeeze their fat bodies down that ramp, but they do have a tough time going down there. Now, speaking of ramps, oof, big Corrosive Vials, but it's not going to matter. Lambo is going to tap out. You could argue maybe that was a bit of a premature GG timing. I would disagree 100%. Reynor takes the series 2-0. Great stuff.